Welcome to the Quantum Your Life podcast. This is Rozana from Rozana Manifests, helping you unleash your innate power to fast track your manifestations and give your self concept the ultimate glow up. If you're listening to this, then you're ready to be empowered and transformed using my quantum embodiment method to collapse time and space and to magnetize your soul's deepest desires to you. Tune into this podcast if you're ready to uplevel your entire life through mind-body integration. Hello, Queen. I am back, finally. Oh my god, I missed recording podcast episodes. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just love to record um podcast episodes. I love recording trainings. I find like one of my favorite things. And I'm really excited to get back to this. So we're going to be talking about 5 tips in order to manifest soft life. First, I want to celebrate my client who jumped on a boxer sprint with me, which is a 12-hour sprint where I jump in every hour. She asks me questions, I fire away with answers, we do practices, and within the first 5 hours, she got a message from her ex. She released a father wound. She also got movement with her specific person when he asked her out on a date. It's like, hello, everything just worked out. And I'm so proud of my client. I just wanted to start this with a success story because I want to give you that inspiration that you can do it too. So, with that being said, let's dive into today's episode. We're talking about manifesting a soft life. We're talking about what it takes to get that soft life that you see online, that you see on the internet. And I'm going to give both practical tips and mindset tips. So the first thing that I want to share, if you know me, neurodivergent here, and it's my norm to want to get things done and do 1,000 things at the same time. And when I'm doing one thing, I'm super laser focused, and then the only thing that stimulates me is doing a lot of things at the same time. And when I do that, sometimes it gets me to burn out, right? So one thing that has been helping me, aside from supplements and things like that, is intentionally choosing to slow down. So even now, when I was talking, I realized I'm speaking way too fast, and I told myself in my mind, slow down, calm down. I'm allowing the excitement to come through. I'm loving that I'm recording this, but at the same time, I don't want to get to, there we go. I don't want to get to a space of burnout and stress from giving away too much energy. And I think as human beings, we live in a society where we're always rushing to the next thing, and then we have this thing to do, and this and that. And even when you're meditating, the reason why you're having a tough time is because you're thinking of everything that happened, everything that you have to do. So it's almost like you can't even get a moment to catch a breath, to be present, to be aligned, because you're always like, oh, let's get this thing quickly. I'm supposed to check it off my list that today I did my list of affirmations and my breathwork session meditation. I invite you to generally slow down when you notice yourself walking too fast, trying to get things done quickly because, oh my god, I have to leave in 10 minutes. It doesn't take 10 minutes to put on your trousers. It's sort of slow down. I'm not saying walk in slow motion and take 15 minutes to put on your trousers. I'm saying energetically slow down, internally slow down. You want to tap into more and more ease, which takes me to the next thing, which is making ease a standard. In what ways your habits reflecting the version of you likes the hard stuff, that likes to put in so much effort and tying it to her worthiness? In what ways is your self-talk, especially in moments when this really tough, in what ways is your self-talk harsh? In what ways is your self-talk heavy? Your relationship to your emotions, specific emotions like frustration and annoyance and hopelessness, that feeling, of hopelessness. In what ways are you making difficulty, effort, hard work a standard? Because listen, I'm a hard worker, but I'm approaching it in a different way now, and I'm making it okay that sometimes there are days when I'm like, okay, 2 hours today. No, 2 hours today. Today, on the other hand, I'm working for 6 hours straight. That's fine too. And I used to be the person who works like almost 12 hours a day for 7 days a week with my business to set everything up and get things in motion. And while it got me success, it burned me out so bad before. So I would do everything that I've done again, just with a different energy and a different schedule. And when you make ease the standard, what becomes different about your perspective of manifestation? What becomes different about your perspective of yourself in this journey? What changes when ease is the standard? What do you not do anymore? What stays? What are you letting go of? What parts of your identity don't match ease being a standard, and that's what you learn to let go of? What takes away your inner peace? What do you allow? Sorry. What do you allow to take you out of your inner peace, out of flow? In what ways are you making decisions or taking action from a place of force rather than alignment? So, reflecting on these questions will allow you to really dig deeper into what it's like to have soft life, making ease a standard. The other day, my client and I were having a conversation about this specifically, and we talked about an ASMR morning routine. I'm like, those TikToks that you see where, someone is doing like their hand care routine, they're just applying the oil and the moisturizer, and they're really just like taking a good 5 minutes just doing that. Those 5 minutes are probably like the highlight of the person's day and your environment. So it's like you want to make your routine as well the language with somebody who is the soft, maybe the way you dress and the makeup. And I'm not saying like don't be bold. Have you ever seen my page? Have you ever seen my Instagram? What I mean to say here is have a routine that starts your day and makes it the staple that you are at ease, you're in flow, connected with self-love, starting your morning slow. Something that I did when I was struggling a lot with depression and waking up every morning triggered is I started my day. It took me, for honestly, 3 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours, but because of what I was going through, just waking up a little earlier than usual, and I would start my day, prayer, breath work, and after I do that, releasing a bit of that energy, I would make my favorite hot chocolate and just sit outside sorry, not outside, I sit in my room by the window and I would sip my coffee slowly and just look at the sky and really slowing down intentionally. And sometimes what I still do till this day is like light candles, incense, and I like Peace Affirmation Tape by Jason Stevenson. It's the 30-minute one. Let me see real quick. Yeah, it's the 30-minute one, not the guided anxiety one. It says peace of mind affirmations based on the law of attraction. So this is what I would play as well to like slow down, starting my morning slow, having that like kind of ASMR routine, what you see on TikTok and say but never do. So far what we talked about is slowing down energetically, making ease the standard, an ASMR morning routine. And then the next thing here is having a softer self-talk. Sometimes our self-talk is way more aggressive than we think, and I'm not talking about mental diets. I'm talking about even like, let's say you are at work and you drop a pen. Sometimes you're like, ugh, idiot. Even that can get you into that frantic space or a space of like feeling less about yourself, judgmental. And when that happens every single day in different ways, or like, why did I mess up? Why can't I do this? It's a very harsh, critical self talk. And we want to bring in the softer self talk. So when you're speaking with yourself, having conversations with yourself, number one, normalize like talking to yourself throughout the day. Like, girl, see, you did this, so proud of you, look at you. Two, being more gentle and kind with yourself. Okay, it's fine. Happens sometimes. We're good. It's okay. You did a great job. Keep going. And the best way to do this is to actually see your self-talk as like you talking to your little self or your little kid. You would never tell a little kid, what an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, mm-mm. This girl, drop it. Um, and then the last thing I wanted to talk about is the element of surrender. And by surrender, I don't just mean surrender to the desire, surrender to the circumstances. I mean letting go of controlling even aspects of your persona. Like my client and I were talking the other day about how he said, like, yeah, I'm kind. I'm not weak. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. And I was like, even that assumption is like telling you it's not okay for me to lean into my heart fully and allow myself to let people see that part of me, to be loved. It's like having a wall up. And when we talked about that a little bit, it's almost like she gave herself permission to be gentle and kind with herself, to show that side of her and bring it more into her day to day. And we talked about like when that part of you kicks in, when you feel that softness towards somebody, towards kindness, instead of closing up and resisting, breathe and allow it to take over, open up, while knowing obviously your boundaries, your standards. And that's how you do it from an empowered space. Recently, as well, when it comes to emotions, what I've been doing honestly is just like sitting in silence, letting my mind and my body do whatever. I'm not going to control the thoughts, I'm not going to control the feelings. To me, it's like I started seeing it, as I said in Claim Collective, that I'm seeing it as like fairy dusts with different colors. The heaviness baby is black, and I find black to be classy and chic, and has a little bit of sparkle. And all that needs, that part of me, is like a little bit of the white, soft red, and pink fairy dust. And I just bring that to it. I don't place labels or judgments on my thoughts and feelings or what am I doing wrong? What do I need to change? What do I need to heal? Obviously use your discernment. Sometimes there's a time and place to do that. But surrendering, not trying to control everything and knowing like the only person who tries to control is the person who feels disempowered, not the person who's embodied in their infinite power. And when I surrender, it's almost like I'm back to remembering, like, oh, by the way, I am the one who's in control here. By the way, it's me. So manifesting such a life obviously starts from within. So again, in short, practice energetically slowing down, making ease the standard, a softer self-talk, ASMR morning routine, and surrendering. So if you were to bring the softer side of you into your group chats, how would you bring it? What would be different? If you were to bring it to your relationship, what would be different? So I challenge you this week to show that side of you a bit more and more. I challenge you to open up more. And if we want to dive even deeper into opening up, I would highly encourage you to jump on my masterclass, Open the F Up. It will show you exactly the heart walls that you have and what you need to tear them down, how you have turned your high standards into high walls, tap deeper into hyper independency, which has stopped you from actually accepting that you do want this relationship and actually letting this person in because you want to prove to yourself that you're strong and independent versus being that independent woman who also calls love in while not losing any part of herself or her edge. So if this is something that interests you, I'm going to drop the link in the description. You can just click on open the F up link and it will take you there. And as soon as you sign up, you'll have immediate access to it. If you already have an account on Thinkific with me, after you purchase, just log in and you'll see it on your dashboard. So that being said, thank you so much for being here. So excited to be back, and I will see you soon.